Welcome back to Comic Shop Talk on the Late Night Collectors community, everyone. I'm your host, Nico, and joined with me today, as always, is my co-host and elf partner here, Chris. What's going on?
Ho, ho, ho. How are you?
I'm good, keeping it festive. I got my Merry Christmas, the shitter's full sweater on.
Nice. I have my snowshoe.
Yeah, shout out to Christmas vacation. But yeah, this is the week of Christmas, so we thought we'd be, a little festive, throw on a hat. Why not? Are you allowed to use the word elf these days? I don't even know.
That's been canceled.
I thought your hat complimented mine in that sense. You got more of like the elf kind of hat going on. I'm the Santa hat. There you go.
Yeah. Guess you know who's the boss.
Watch out. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. We're here to record this today, and there's an impending storm apparently rolling in. Storm of the century is what they're calling it. Who the fuck knows? We'll see about that one, but it's not looking so hot. Christmas this weekend. By the time this drops, it'll be Christmas Eve the next day. So Merry Christmas to all you guys, and happy holidays and Happy New Year, whatever you celebrate. As next week we will be off. We won't be talking about the books that come out on the 28th of December that week. We'll be talking about those the following week, but you still have an episode of Comic Shop Talk to look forward to, guys. We're actually going to be talking about our favorite things of the year. It's going to be the Comic Shop Talk awards that we're going to be giving out for 2020. Got a bunch of interesting categories set up. We're going to be mentioning some of our favorite and maybe some of our not so favorite things that came out this past year. So that should be really interesting. It's first time trying that out, so we'll see how it goes. That should be a lot of fun. So yeah, make sure to check that episode out. That will drop and still air live the week that we are off, but we're kind of going to be taking the 28th comics and bringing them into the new year. Then I think it's got January 4th or something. I think the comic week after that, 4th or 5th or something like that. We're going to be back that week, and we'll be talking about the 2 weeks worth of comics.
Double-sized issue to start the year.
That's right. It'll be a good one. So, and it's all kinds of interesting stats and facts and stuff that I've pulled for that episode as well, too. Kind of give you a highlight of some of our, how many times maybe certain books made our favorite of the week this past year. All kinds of interesting stuff I pulled and put together here for this episode. So yeah, definitely check that one out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is possibly your first time checking it out, or you watch the show, but yet you haven't actually click subscribe. How dare you fucking hit that subscribe button. hit the subscribe button. Come on, hit that thumbs up if you like what you saw here today, and hit us up in the comments if you want to keep the conversation going. Hit the notification bell to be notified of when these shows do drop every week for you. And you can follow us on Instagram at Late Night Collectors Community for all of those updates as well. The books that we're going to be talking about today, be forewarned, we're going to be showing off some of the art for some of these books here today. We're going to be showing you what happened in them. We're going to be talking about what happened in the books. We try to stay away from big spoilers if we can, but, we're just going to give you a little warning here just in case, that does happen. You could be spoiled on certain aspects of that. You can always read your books and come back if you're afraid to get spoiled. And all of our show notes are up to date on all of the episodes. I've made sure of that even the last few weeks. They're all up there, guys, to help navigate you through the episode if there's only certain things you want to hear us talk about. It's really helpful when you're putting together certain things when it comes to the year-end show as well. I will tell you that much, putting those show notes together. And this week we're talking about the new comics that came out for the week of December 21st, 2022. But yeah, man, I got my beer here. Chris?
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Do it.
All right. We starting out with what?
Chris, your tagline, man.
Let's talk comics.
Come on, don't ruin the last show of the year like that. Come on now. All right.
You're worried about my hat.
Yeah, I know. You're like, is it straight? I don't know, man.
I'm not supposed to wear this.
Chris is like, it's bad enough you called me your elf partner. I can't get over this now. This hat's not right. It's not sitting right. I don't know what's going on here. All right, here we go, guys. This is Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, I guess, as it's been called halfway through the series. The last issue, 7 of 7, the DC event of the year, I guess, kind of just around out the end of the year here. What'd you think of this one, Chris?
I know you got to read the last issues. So a lot of stuff seems to have happened between this one and the last one. Like, I know Pariah, it's like he doesn't even exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he got trapped. I don't know. I guess I missed out on the last episode, but otherwise, I don't know. little bit hokey in there. I thought the art is great. Story, moved along pretty well. But I think I really just need to reread this one. Maybe I read in a rush and I just didn't get the full effect. What do you think of it?
Same. I felt exactly what you're saying. They crammed a lot into this issue, and I don't want to say I was totally confused, but there seems to be a lot going on, which, it's like you said, the pariah thing, it seems like it's over now. Now everyone's just talking about this darkness aspect to everything. And, it definitely felt like some of the stories, like even the issue that you talked about, I think it was last week with that Big Bang issue. They referenced.
Yeah, what I was going to say is that came out after all this. Like, why are you putting that issue out before this, right, and then having this one come out?
That's what I mean. So they reference that, and they reference how the Flashes went through the multiverse to kind of like straighten things out, like it went through all the multiverses that check on stuff. But then again, like it's like, oh, check out Big Bang. And I remember you talking about that last week. And then I was like, I'm like, okay, but like, then it feels like you're missing part of this story that's pretty integral to what's going on. And I get that's what they do with these tie-ins a lot of the time. But when you're trying to wrap things up like this, and then you make reference to something that came before this, like it kind of just, it was a little confusing. Like he could even put that book out this week if they really wanted to. I didn't have to put it out like next week. They could have put out, but like you said, like even for you to get a part of that story that they're referencing in this issue, and you read it last week, it's a little, it's kind of weird that they do things.
Well, it kind of gave away not the ending, but because in the Big Bang, everything was okay.
Yeah.
Which I didn't really get in that Big Bang, but here, this when it happens is like it's after the battle.
Yeah.
So I thought that's just a bit of a timing faux pas, let's say.
Yeah, and then like there's the other aspect of this that Black Adam, and this goes back all the way to the time where he joined the Justice League a few years ago there when Bendis was writing Justice League, and everyone's like, what the hell, this guy's a bad guy, why is he joining the Justice League? It finally kind of pays off, I think, in the pages of this book that he kind of helps save the day by the end of this.
Yeah, I thought that was cool where he kind of shared his power with everybody, and I guess everybody broke free of the darkness, I guess. But
and then they kind of alluded to the fact that like Dick's gonna run the Justice League in the future. Like I don't know what's happening with that. Like it's kind of like Batman was just like, yeah, well that's because he makes reference to the fact that he put together this sort of like C-list Justice League in their place. It was like a lot of the tight ends and other characters that he put together at the start of this miniseries because of the fact like the main Justice League core Justice League was off. They thought they were dead and everything, right? So they were like, he's like, you did a good job putting this Justice League together, and I could see a future of you kind of doing this thing. And he did run the tight ends, so like it's not like he's kind of totally foreign to running a team in that sense. Like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, but like even that being said, like, and then by the end of this, Batman's like, yeah, we're not putting the Justice League back together, or Superman, or one of them said it. Like I was like, really?
Yeah. Because why not? Like it's not like these people are going anywhere. Like of course they're going to be there if some world event comes in. The Justice League is still there.
Well, it just seemed like this is the perfect opportunity to relaunch the book, as they tend to do. But they're like, no, we're not putting it back together. And then it ends on this like cliffhanger. I don't know if you want to mention it. There's like this weird like epilogue there at the end. And it seems that now like there's, the classic people in the shadows kind of talking to, it looks like Lex Luthor or somebody about maybe what the next move is to kind of take down the Metahumans and everything else, in spite of everything that's occurred here. And it looks like the Suicide Squad's going to be a big part of what.
Oh yeah, I even forgot about that. They have what's that? Amanda Waller,
right?
Talking about the government's giving the power to, giving her carte blanche to try and get rid of all the superheroes.
And then there's a female Peacemaker now. Apparently, I didn't know about that. Like there's like two Peacemakers in the foreground. Like in that last page spread of these guys. I'll have it up on the screen here in a moment, but yeah, like it looks like there's two Peacemakers here now, which I didn't know. I don't know I don't know if that's a new character. Like I'm not really sure about that one, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, okay, like, I was like, I'm like, I think we've seen a lot of the Suicide Squad in recent years. So the fact that like it was the Suicide Squad, it didn't shock me. I was like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah, but really, what are they going to do against freaking the Justice League? Come on.
I mean, listen, I mean, it tracks in the sense they've been hired to do these type of things before, like, and Amanda Waller is a threat, and I think they can be a threat, but like, again, I just feel like this is like we've been there before with the Suicide Squad against like I don't think this. So I don't know. Like you said, there was a lot they kind of packed into this last issue. I thought this series, like this event, started off really strong, if you recall, and it kind of just petered out towards the end, in my opinion. Which is a lot of events for me, and I was just like, okay, it wasn't bad, but it was just like I was like, all right.
Yeah, they're not letting this be its own event. They're already like pushing some new agenda forward, or like I imagine like this new Suicide Squad just going to kill the new Justice League, and the old Justice League's going to have to come back to save the day, and that'll be the relaunch of the Justice League because it's not going anywhere. Everybody knows that.
But that's what I mean. For once, I was actually looking forward to a relaunch of the book, and then they're like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing that." I'm just like, because I'm like,
Batman's freaking died in every other comic every other time again. But anyway, that's another story.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. What'd you give this?
Well, looking over it, I'm feeling better, but I'll give it a 3.75. The story wise is good. There are some stuff, some surprises, let's say, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just burned out from these big events.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5, and I'm definitely, I feel like, burnt out from events. I'm a little disappointed because like I had a lot of hope for this at the start. I thought it started off very strong, and by the end of it, either I lost interest or they just tried to do too much, which is usually the case. Like when my eyes start glossing over, especially when it comes to DC stuff these days, like it did at the fucking end of Flashpoint, that Beyond, whatever the fuck that one is called, Beyond, and then moving into the JSA stuff and everything, and the Golden Age issue that Jeff Johns did, where like he's like, I know everything about DC. Like maybe it's just because I don't have like as great a knowledge. I mean, at this point, I've read enough DC. I feel like I've read a lot of DC too. Don't get me wrong, but like I've been more like I always know more about, I feel like, Marvel, and I'm more interested in the stuff that goes on in Marvel comics. But like sometimes these DC things, with the fact that you just continuously press the reset button, all these universes and everything, I'm just like, my eyes start glossing over at some points, and I'm just like, okay, like this is too much now. Like I'm like, this is I'm out. Like so by the end of this, I'm like, okay, that's great. Like nothing happened. By the end of this, I was like,
pretty much, yeah.
I was like, okay, Deathstroke is like, I don't know, locked up somewhere. The Suicide Squad's involved again, and there's no Justice League. That's basically what. And Nightwing's the shit, apparently. Like your favorite character there, Nightwing's apparently.
Yeah, he can control. He can harness the darkness, and it won't break him.
Which, listen, I don't mind it. I like Nightwing, but I'm like, what? Like, are we gonna see that play out in his series with Tom Taylor? I don't know what's gonna happen now. Like, I'm like, why? Like, is he gonna run his own Justice League? That might be interesting, but I don't know. I mean, like, he's the Titans guy. I don't see him as the Justice League, right? Like, I know he's old enough now where he can get, like, you know what I mean? Like, but he's always been more of a mentor to the Titan people now, not like, I don't see him as a Justice League guy. Like, it's like when Cyborg joined the Justice League. I was just like, I'm like, Cyborg's not part of the Justice League. Like, he's a Titan. Like,
right? Like Justice League is freaking, it's Batman, Superman, freaking Wonder Woman, Green Lantern,
Martian Manhunter, like,
like freaking all the, like the Omega levels.
Yeah. So, anyways. Next up, we got DC versus Vampire All Out War #6. This is the last issue of this series as well. This miniseries that ran alongside, the main DC versus Vampire series. What'd you think of this?
I thought this was a better issue, at least. Mm-hmm. At least everything starts kind of coming together. I like the stuff with Mr. Freeze. Mary Marvel's a little upset about things, but as a series, I think this should have been like maybe 4 issues. And they could have just spread it out throughout the series better. Yeah. If they wanted to have like a B team kind of doing something else on the other side, I know it's supposed to be some worldwide event. That stuff with Superman's pretty good too. Yeah. So I liked it. I thought it was good.
No, I totally agree with you. I think this ended actually very well. They even tied it into the main series with John Constantine, like I guess the ghost of John Constantine, whatever spirit. He was taking Supergirl over to like the situation in Australia, where is one of the spots that they they're currently set up that we saw in the last issue of DC versus Vampire. You know, Superman coming and fucking up Booster Gold and Midnighter was pretty crazy. The whole Deadman coming out of the body at the end was pretty cool. Like, and then he looks like he went into Midnighter's body. Was he alive, or is that Deadman going in his body at the end? I don't know. Like, he's got up.
I think Slade is dead in this one here.
No, not
the Deadman went in there to kind of just to give Mary Marvel the, you know, the little pep talk.
Closure almost.
At the end he goes, yeah, are you going to tell her that he's dead? He goes, well, not till this is over.
No, I know. I like that scene, but I'm talking about at the end. Midnighter got up and stood up at the end. He was like,
"Oh, I don't know about Midnighter."
Yeah, because Midnighter
like chopped in half or something.
Yeah, ripped in half. Yeah, and then he got up at the end. That's why I was like, "What the hell is that all about?" I'm like,
"Yeah, I don't know what Midnighter's about though. Like, didn't he have that computer brain or something?
Yeah,
or is that somebody else here?
No, his power is it's that he can figure out like 5 moves ahead, like what's gonna happen, like while he's fighting you and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? That is him. But yeah, he looks pretty dead here. And he got up at the end. So I didn't know if that was Deadman after that scene happened going into his body. And maybe that's why he rose on the last panel. But I didn't. Anyways, I think this was a good end. I agree with you. If it was shorter, I think it would have been a tighter and better miniseries than it was. There was a couple issues in the middle there where we were really down on this series. And I think it ended it very well, actually. I was like, okay, this was decent, actually. But the last 2 issues, especially, I'm like, this one and the last one, I'm like, it was... They righted the ship, I think, right at the end. And
I think it complemented the DC versus Vampire kind of main title. Whereas those first few issues, I had no idea what's going on. Like, but
no, it was good, man. I enjoyed it. I know even the backup was kind of interesting with Mirka Andolfo writing and drawing it. She's a pretty good artist. She drew a little Poison Ivy story, which was pretty. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Right here at the end. I like the look of it. I thought that was pretty fun.
You don't know Poison Ivy's either. Like, is she human or she's not human? She's not vampire, and she's out after. Is she after everybody or just the vamps?
Well, that's the thing that's cool because like her plants are like vampires now too. Like it's
like I don't know if they just want blood, like any blood, not doesn't have to be human or otherwise.
Yeah, no, for sure. I liked it. It was a nice little story. I mean, again, it's not going to play into, I think, anything. We only think we have like 1 issue to go of DC versus Vampire.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be a game-changing story, but, you know, it was fine for what it was, I thought. So what'd you give this?
I'll give it a 4. I liked it.
I'm going to give it a 3.75 out of 5, but I still really enjoyed it as well. I thought it was, I'm glad now that we read it. I was a little disappointed there for a moment with this series where I'm just like,
in the middle there. That was perfect.
All right, next up, we got Catwoman 50.
Catwoman 50 here.
Oh, nice cover.
There's a variant cover here.
Oh, nice cover.
And the back of the cruiser.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is another timeline thing going on here, but in this one here we have Catwoman facing off against Punchline, and it's the same sort of storyline that's going on with Punchline in the Gotham game, where in there she's trying to, run some drugs out of the Alley Town. And, Alley Town, of course, is protected by Selina Kyle, or Catwoman. So she puts together a whole team there to try and run Punchline out of there. And I guess Batman shows up and he's there, I think she's asked him to kind of stay, hands off and just kind of let things go. But I guess they lost somebody. So he stepped in to help out. And just a lot of things are coming together because there's that Valmont character that has been sort of seeing Selina Kyle and, being a League of Assassins. And, him and Batman don't get along. And I think this is one of the first times they met up. So they had some uneasy words, let's say. But then, we finally get the face off between Punchline and what's her name? Black Cat. So they fight it out. Of course, Black Cat wins. And then Valmont, he's there. He releases some freaking...
Wait, you mean...
Some giant monster there.
Catwoman or Black Cat? There's a Black Cat in this?
Well, no. Catwoman, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Black Cat also came out this week, so I think that's why you got confused there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was getting mixed up there with Catwoman.
Okay. I'm like, is there a Black Cat in this? Right. So
There's a Tomcat. Was that some other guy that showed up.
that guy. Yeah, yeah. A lot of cats.
Yeah, a lot of cat. Well, I don't know. She had her kittens there. Her whole team was crazy. And, they're fighting the Royal Flush Gang. That's crazy. But the big takeaway from this one here is that perhaps Valmont has been sort of playing deep cover there. And I don't know what his end game was. But Selina almost has to make a decision to either kill Valmont or to save Batman, which she does. And, and basically, I think Selina's asking Batman to trust her on this, and she does. So a lot of the issue, like the big climax, I guess, of the issue wasn't the battle, because she gets arrested for this, and now being tight with Batman, she submits her. I don't know if she turns herself in, but she lets herself get arrested, and then they have some talk time on the phone in between the jail. And saying, "Oh, it's great you trusted me," and all this. He goes, "Oh, you didn't have to do it," and all that sort of baloney. But it wasn't a bad issue, and we'll see where it goes from here.
How about this backup? Was the backup any good? The artist Juan Ferreira, I really like this guy's art.
I have to look at that one. I didn't make a note of the backup story. He's not in jail still, or what was the backup?
Yeah, I just caught my eye because the artist on this backup in the issue, Juan Ferreira, I'm a fan of. I really like his stuff. So seeing him on here, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, well, yeah, the backup's basically the aftermath.
Okay.
Yeah, so the backup was great.
Nice.
Yeah, like it didn't even feel like a backup story. It's just like
Oh, maybe.
Well, I guess maybe that's why I thought the story just didn't end at the end of it.
Either that, or they just changed the artist for the last little bit of the book, right? Which is
I think it was like there is a kind of a break where it says this is the aftermath and it's a backup story, but it still flows all the way through. It's not like
nice.
The story ended and then the backup is like she gets arrested and the backup is her in jail.
Right.
So I thought that was good too.
What'd you give this one?
I'll give this a 4. This was it's a big 50 issue, so great cover, great story.
Are you going to continue with Catwoman? I know you were on the fence before about
I'm on the fence, but they still got some sick covers coming out. So what are you going to do?
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Wolverine 28. Got no art for this one, but that's all right.
So we got Wolverine. Looks like he's been getting sucked in the pit. I don't know. I've been kind of reading the last few issues of this Wolverine. It seems the Beast has gone. I've heard. Gone villain. I think in the ish. Well, go on.
Age of Apocalypse Beast, I think, pretty much, right? Like that's how he's acting. He's like an evil beast, right?
Well, I guess it's still for the good of Krakoa. He's doing a lot of covert things, and kind of really
lost himself, kind of a little bit.
I don't know. He thinks he knows it. He's fast and loose with the morals. Let's say.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think in the last issue, the issue before, somehow they captured Wolverine. And there's this like a black market where people would buy mutants, like parts of mutants, because they can, because they'll take, whatever, Wolverine's arm. And then they kill him and he comes back and you have Wolverine's arm and there's a Wolverine there. So anyways, in that issue, the Beast bought the opportunity to kill Wolverine. So I don't know how they did it, but they killed him. And then when they were bringing him back in the egg or whatever, the Beast brought him out early, so he didn't get to really fully develop his mental faculties.
Yeah.
So he comes, like in this issue here, he comes out of the egg basically very feral. And, the Beast controls him with, a shock collar or something like that. And he basically keeps him in the bowels of Krakoa. Like, the reason I bought this, because I thought he was getting pulled into the pit as through the Quiet Council, they say. But it just seems like the Beast is kind of just keeps him in the pit and brings him out whenever he has some dirty work for him to do.
That's pretty.
And in this issue, the dirty work was he had to kill a human, and that's one of the rules of Krakoa is that they can't kill humans. And then since he's sort of feral, he's getting to sniff the shirt. He's okay. Get ready to kill this guy once I disable all the security cameras. But Wolverine's gone and he kills him on camera. So at the end of it, the Beast has to do some damage control because he's still doing this all covertly, unbeknownst to anybody on the Quiet Council. So
Mm.
I guess there'll be a day of reckoning coming for the Beast, and
Mm.
they're wondering if Wolverine, if his brain, I guess the idea that they pulled him out early is to see if Wolverine's healing power would restore his brain. That's, I guess, how he kind of sold the story to the Quiet Council, why to pull him out early.
Mm.
And it's
It sounds good to me. It sounds pretty
it's not too bad, like especially for the writer. You've got Benjamin Percy writing it.
yeah.
And, he hasn't been my favorite, but he's doing some good stuff here. It'd be great if they could jack up the art there a bit too.
That's what I've been hearing, that this current storylines that's been going on in that series has been good. I not only from you, I've heard it from other people too. And I had dropped the book previously because I felt like Percy was a little all over the place with his idea.
Yeah.
And that and X-Force too, right? I really liked X-Force when it started, where a lot of that Beast stuff started happening, and then that one really went off the rails for me too. So I'm glad to hear that he's got some good stuff going on.
Might be worth a read online at least. If,
yeah, maybe I will.
You find yourself with some extra time over the holidays.
Yeah. Okay, so what'd you give this one?
I'll give it a 3.75 because I thought it was a bit of a bait and switch there. I thought he was getting pulled into the pit. That's why I bought it, but the story still was decent inside.
Nice. Okay. Next up, we got I Hate Fairyland #2, or with my variant here, Fuck Fairyland #2.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the first issue of this. And yeah, this just continued that. I thought this was another great issue. I don't think I've pre-ordered anything past this issue because I think I'm just going to switch to trades with this because I've got the hardcover collections of the first series, so I figured I'll just continue to collect it that way. I might continue it to read it online, like digitally, though. We'll see, because I'm really enjoying this so far. So at the end of the last issue, we found out Gert, who's now on Earth again, not in Fairyland, and is a grown woman, is having kind of a rough go of it in her life, and she can't hold a job. And, things aren't exactly great for her at the moment. So this guy kidnaps her and says to her, I think it's either his son or his nephew. I forgot which, but like he's stuck in Fairyland. So I need you to go in there and get him out. And then he kind of gets into these specifics about all these tests that they ran in order to actually send people into Fairyland, and whomever they sent in there previous to them getting Gert, like tracking Gert down, ended up getting killed for whatever reason. Like he couldn't really figure out the science, like about it, like about this place, why it is this way. And he's trying to understand it, and he's doing all these tests like he's a scientist guy. And if you see the page at the top of the page here, like he mentions all these different types of people that he pulled in there. And they drew the Predator people, like Arnold there, and fucking not Jesse Ventura, but the other fucking guy that was in it.
Mac.
The black guy. I forgot his name.
Mac.
Yeah. Carl Weathers or whatever.
Oh, Carl Weathers. Okay, I thought the other guy.
Carl Weathers that was in that film, or
yeah, Carl Weathers was in there. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in it. So if you look at the illustration at the top of this page, it's Arnold and him. And then you see like a bunch of the Stranger Things kids, because of course, they go through portals and stuff too, and Stranger Things, like through the Upside Down and everything. So I thought that was a really kind of cool visual gag and like reference to that kind of stuff. Right. So, yeah. So like, and then, he kind of gets into this whole explanation as to like why he's doing this, and she's like, listen, I've seen enough of these type of things, like movies and whatever else, where you're the guy with all the money and you just want me to go in there and get get this kid back. He's like, what's your ulterior motive here? Like, come on, I know you're in it for something other than that. And basically he wants to profit and make off of Fairyland and make it like a Disney World type of scenario where they can gain access to it, and as a result he's going to pull that world into their world and basically make this like he shows her a model of what he's envisioning of, like, basically he's going to make it like a Disney World, and like he says he's going to make like quadrillion millions of dollars, like so like she's like, okay, fine, split the profits with me 50-50 and I'll do this for you. So they come to an agreement, and then he sends her in, and apparently like it's one of these things where you have to end up going back with somebody who's from there. Like people that have been to Fairyland before can be invited back, but they can't actually just access it themselves. So that's why all the people were getting killed going back there, they found out. So he sends her back in this like this rat with like this one big ass eye, like this fucking gross looking rat that's like basically this creature that he's been using as like her guide essentially. And so he sends her back in, but they don't fall in Fairyland. They fall outside the borders of Fairyland because apparently if you go back, you can't, as a way to keep people out from returning, they make it difficult for you to get back in there. And so they fall outside, like basically the gates of hell. Like she has to go through some sort of hellscape in order to actually reach Fairyland. And then she meets like some sort of little demon character that's supposed to be her guide to help her through this area. And she's like, okay, well, like, I hope you're good at your job or whatever. And then it cuts to the last page and it's literally like, you see like this crazy spot, like they say the Inferno, we're about to go in. And then you cut to the last page of the book and it's like years later and she's still making her way through this shit, man. So I'm just like, oh man, she's fucked again, this character, Kurt. Like she had such a miserable experience and shitty experience in the first book in Fairyland, and now that she's gone back as an adult, it's just like, and nothing's easy for this person. So it's just entertaining. So I can't wait to see what happens next. I gave it a 4. I'm enjoying it. Without Scotty Young on art, it still isn't the same, but I think that the artist that he picked for this, while still being the writer of the book, I think is doing a great job in his place. I mean, it's not the same without him on art because like it was him the first time around, but at least he's still kind of writing the book, and you know, because he's an artist, I guess he has a good eye for who he thought would be a good replacement for him on the title, right? Now that doesn't always work. It worked out well here, I feel like, so far. So, all right, next up we got DCeased, War of the Undead Gods, number 5. Wow. It's fucking big book this week, man. This is getting crazy. What you think of this, Chris?
Only one. I got to start out with a bad point, though. What the heck is Lobo doing on the cover? Did I miss something? Was there a missing page or something in there that I didn't get that you got?
No.
Otherwise, wow, what a banger.
Yeah.
Freaking everything was going on in this one. Like, oof, that stuff with Mixelplix and it's just, you got to read this. This DCeased this is great. I'm loving it. You know, the art there is just off the page. You know, that scene with you got Supergirl and Sinestro Darkseid there, and Superman Fallen. Like, that's a freaking poster right there.
Chris,
Kilowog and all this stuff there.
Kilowog scene killed me though, man. Like these guys all come to his aid and then they just get destroyed. I'm just like, no, like it's DCeased. Like you expect a lot of that, but it was such a tragic scene. I'm just like, they're like, oh no, we wouldn't, even though they're not supposed to go there. Like they were supposed to protect like the battery.
And, the battery or whatever.
And they went there because the Kilowog's like their boy. Like Kilowog's like one of the main.
Yeah, Kilowog's the teacher, you know, so they're all the students are there behind them. We got you.
Yeah, we got you, man. And then they just get taken out like right away. I'm just like, oh my god. brutal, man. What happened there?
Like, yeah, that page is just awesome there. I love that page.
And Mixelplick, how
cocky he was before, and then while he's thinking, what should I do? Pow! It's zapped, and he's a freaking force there when he wants to be. Freaking tears everybody apart.
Yeah, like he's like, like this. I mean, you know, and then by the end of this, he's fighting the Spectre. Like this,
exactly. Yeah, like it just keeps on ramping up more and more and more. It's like, how are you gonna stop this? And then I guess they've just been sitting on the sidelines and they're like freaking some ultimate powers. You're like, I can't take this anymore. And, you know, after he blows up the battery and all the freaking lanterns are dying, it's like, holy shit, are they going to kill all the lanterns in one fell swoop? But then I guess Hal Jordan is the Spectre. Guess he's got a soft spot for those lanterns.
This is crazy, this issue, man. Like he's having fun, man, Tom Taylor. Like this book, I mean, it started off slow, this DCeased, the War of the Undead Gods miniseries, but they're off to the races now. It's crazy, this book. Yeah. Like that's happening is like next level with next level characters, and the stakes are high. Characters are dying. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like it's fucking crazy, man. Like, yeah, like you got a Spectre with a sword fighting Mr. Mixelplick, who's now at the end of this, and then you still have Darkseid that's got the Yellow Lantern powers, and then you still got Ares who's hanging around. You got the Phantom Stranger kicking around here. Like it's crazy, man. This book right now, what's going on in it? It's nuts. This was a fantastic issue.
Yeah,
issue. What'd you give this, man?
What they should have done, they should have put that freaking Darkseid page. That should have been the cover. Could have been an easy 5. I'm giving this a 4.5 because of that stupid Lobo cover.
I'm not giving it that because of the cover, but that is exactly what I was going to give this issue, 4.5. I was tempted to give it a 5, but I'm going to give it a 4.5. I think it was a major standout this week, though. I'll hint at that already right here. This is in the running for favorite of the week. This book for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
But even now, like, with the powers levels being so up there, even if Lobo did show up, he's nothing against all this stuff that's there now.
I mean, but
time is over.
Yeah, I don't know why they introduced him and then fucking haven't put him in the last 2 issues. I feel like, isn't that what ended up happening? Like, or is that in the DC Vamp? No, DC Vampires are using him. They introduced him, I feel like, in issue 3, and we're at issue 5, and we haven't seen him again since.
Yeah, because then he get bitten and nothing happened to him or something.
He's not affected by it. No, he's not affected. Well,
okay, like that's sort of on the superhero level, but they've gone cosmic already. What can he do when he comes here? Hopefully, he does something that's off the chain, but who knows?
I hope so. So yeah, I guess we'll find out. All right, next up we got Vanish number 4. I got this cover this week. I got the other one. Daniel.
Nice.
Yeah, both nice covers.
Yeah. Good covers all around.
Yeah. Vanish number 4. Chris, what'd you think?
I know business is picking up.
Yeah.
I'm still liking the whole series. I'm enjoying not knowing the whole world or who's who yet. These I guess these other heroes that are portrayed as the bad guys, maybe they're not bad because when he kind of mind melded with somebody and like I guess was it the battery that he mind melded that old lady and she's like, okay, I'm on the level now. Yeah. Freaking this, you're something special. Something's coming.
Yeah.
And but I don't know if she's just pulling his leg or if she's she's on the level. And I don't know. I think something big and something bad is on its way, and I'm looking forward to it. Just the stuff in between, nothing wrong with that either.
I'm with you. I think that like that's the feeling I got while reading this is like the main guy that we've been following. It feels like this guy's the bad guy. Like it really does seem that way. But it also seems like because they keep alluding to all this shit that have happened in their past. I mean, even when it comes to this magician friend of his there who's like trying to pose as just a low level magician, Chris Angel type guy or whatever. Like it seems like in his life on Earth now. It seems like they're definitely damaged as a result of whatever happened. Like these people are like, you know what I mean? Like are really troubled, it seems like, from their experiences in this magical world that they were all in. So like maybe they aren't bad. Maybe this guy is now becoming evil because like he's so powerful and like he has so much anger in him that this is what's happening. I don't know what to say because like I don't feel like this guy was bad. I don't get the idea that like his wife is a bad person, like the guy's wife that they're going to try to kill. But this guy seems like not this dude, but the main guy we're following in the book. Like I don't know, man. He's not rubbing me the right way. This guy right now, honestly,
I think he might be a vessel for like some big bad to come out. Then he's gonna have to fight him or something. Possibly. Like all this power energy that he's absorbing it's like a calling card for something, but who knows?
And the Stegman art, man. Again, we say this he's killing it. He's killing it on this book. The art's amazing on this title. Yeah, it's picking up. I'm really enjoying this now. Again, the series started, didn't really know what to think of it. Slow start. I was like, okay, I was just feeling it out. As of last issue, like I'm really enjoying this series now. Like this was just more of the same action packed. This one really good.
Yeah, like even that stupid Damian Wayne kid that we saw in the first issue, I thought it was a bum, or like I wasn't really too impressed with that. Now he's showing up on the last page there trying to kill his wife. It's like, whoa,
yeah,
bring that kid on. I want to see him now.
How about this page here where he blows her head up, and then this one.
Yeah.
I love the fact too that Stegman is actually drawing out the letters. Like I love when artists do that when they actually draw out the effects instead of the letterer. Like they actually draw like the boom.
Yeah, it's part of
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks cool. I think it's really neat when they do that, and when you can tell that the artist is actually drawing the sound effects in the panel as well. Like that's amazing. Like look at all the blood and viscera just fucking flying all over the place.
Yep, there he is in the back. There, you got Damian Wayne or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Call him Damian.
digging it, digging it.
Digging it. Yep.
What'd you give it?
I give 4.25. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad I had it. Like I wasn't sure if that was on my pull list. You know, when I get my comics, they're all packed in together. When Vanish was there, I'm like, yes, I got it. Nice.
Yeah, same. 4.25. I agree with you. Yep. Nice. All right, Avengers Forever number 12. I'm along for the ride. Don't forget, I'm reading this with you as well. I read this online digitally, so.
Well, I guess you're liking it then. I thought this was a good issue too. You know, you're getting it together here. What do we have? The Avengers army versus the Mephisto army. I wasn't too thrilled about all that stuff with Tony Stark or whatever, the Ant-Man Stark there, where they're crawling around through the, I don't know, I guess underneath the battle. But all this stuff here with all the Steve Rogers army, and then, you know, you call in the Carol Corps, and, you know, then they have their special teams, you know, whoever it was. I forget who the special team was. Well, Thor with the Iron Fist Thor, or the Fist of Fury, whatever his name was. I thought that's freaking great stuff. It's good seeing these guys freaking finally fight, you know, especially if you're following that Avengers Forever 1 to 12, where they're kind of just introducing all these characters. You know, it's like, it's nice to see them. It's nice to see the toys. Now you see the toys in action. Mm-hmm. And once again, at the end here, they throw some new characters on the table, and want to see what they're up to as well.
Yeah, my favorite part about this issue is like what you just said. I love seeing all the Caps together and the Carol Corps people. You know, even the reference to like the things like the Carol Carrier or whatever. They're like their ship where all the Carols are like jumping off of it.
Yeah,
and I did here and there, if you recall, I did jump on and read a couple of issues of Avengers Forever whenever it was on your list and it was a light.
Yeah.
So I do know some of these characters. The people I'm not as familiar with, you know, was like the Moon Knight. This guy and the Vision. I don't know where they like.
Yeah, I don't even know if they had a Vision one focused.
I don't like the look of this Moon Knight, but he says he's a Moon Knight, so I'm like, okay. Yeah. I just don't like the look of this version. That didn't really work for me.
Yeah, once again, you know, you need, if they had a great artist on this, holy smokes, this would be going through the fucking roof.
But this was cool when they took all the ants and then they were digging down and they found out everything the Mephistos were doing. And
yeah,
I'm enjoying this. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I liked it.
Yeah, like, and there's a new, like, we got Darkman, Old Man Logan Phoenix Force or something. Who knows what he's got there? Because you see the claws coming out there from his hands, and then, you know, who's standing there in the background. Look, you got a whole bunch of new power characters coming into the fight.
That looks like Thor's daughters to me. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it is, because Jason Aaron made those characters in his Thor run. It might be them. It looks like it. I'm not sure, but yeah, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, it's amping up. It's getting fun. Yeah, like you said, it's just like, you know, dumping your toy box out and throwing a bunch of figures together, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's going on right now. Like he's playing with all the characters, right? So it's fun.
I'll give it a 3.75.
Same, yeah, we're on the same page here. That's what I was gonna give it to. Yeah, that was good. Next up, we got Nightwing 99. Yeah, I got that cover as well.
Yeah, nice cover.
One more issue to 100. What'd you think of this?
That's good. I like it. Let's see, where I got Nightwing. Yeah, it's a good story about the Hold. You know, a bit of the Bloodhaven underworld. And, you know, some nice violence in there. You know, I get the storyline there, I guess, with the mayor and his father or her father coming back and, you know, trying to bring her back to the family. And it looks like that Hold place. I don't know why they're whalers though or something. I thought that was kind of silly, but you know, you had a nice little mystery there too. That I guess Dick Grayson, he's got a safety deposit box down there too with something inside.
Yeah, no, that's what I liked about it. It is weird and straight, like it's strange, but that's what I liked about it. I like that there's just this guy down there protecting like all these like safety deposit box type things for people, and like it's really out there. And like
like where he just shoots him in the head and
he survives.
But they got their backup. You know, once that guy was shot, the the whalers come in on their boat or something.
Yeah. And then talk about this double page spread here, man. Holy, this was crazy. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, Bruno Redondo, the artist, the main artist on this series, has done this a few times through his run. But whenever he busts this out, when he busts out all the the acrobatic type shit he does. I love these spreads when he does this. Like, you can see him moving around the page, and then your eyes got to like follow and try to figure out like where he's
like that Family Circus where you used to have the little freaking lines and you follow it around. But it's good stuff.
I love it. I love it whenever they do a page like that. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, it's a solid book still. I'm digging it. I like the direction it's going in. So yeah, it seems like other than that Heartless guy, everybody else has been taken off the playing field in terms of crime in Bloodhaven at this point. So I guess we'll see what happens with him. But that's kind of like, it seems like he's going to be the head man in charge now that all these guys are taken down.
Yep.
So,
well, that's at the end. Like there we have the narration. I don't know who's talking. If that's like Bruce or Dick Grayson talking, if that's the freaking the enemies talking. We're going to lay low until everybody's safe, then we strike. But I guess we'll see. Maybe that's part of the mystery.
Yeah. What'd you give this one?
I give it 3.75, 4. I thought it's a good comic.
I'll give it a 4. Yeah, it's still solid. All right, X-Men Annual #1, Chris.
I'll be quick with this. Just an annual little a Firestar focused issue here. Got the Hellions in there. They're giving Firestar grief because I guess they feel that she's never been so pro-mutant. I guess they make reference to that. She's been on all these New Warriors, all these kind of, I guess back in whatever, the 90s, whatever, when they brought her out. She was never really an X-Man or on the mutant title. She was always like New Warriors or, all these New Defenders sort of teams. They kind of give her grief about that. Yeah. And she just want to say, hey, I'm an X-Man. And, they felt that she kind of got pushed to the top of the list. And I think it's interesting because she was a character that was brought onto the X-Men team through a popular vote. It wasn't,
that's right.
It's not like this was their plan to make Firestar a character on the X-Men, Yeah. And they seem to be doing well there. They kind of talk about that. And I don't know, I guess there's like 5 little stories going on. They're in their treehouse and kind of just looking at the beat sheets and see what's happening. And there's some hospital in Florida that's missing some of their Krakoa medicines. And she says, hey, maybe we should check this out. It'd be an easy PR stunt. And while her and Cyclops go do that, the other X-Men are, straighten out some other situations in the world. That's a fun issue. Not too bad. I'll give it a. No, I talk about it. It's not that great though. It's about 3.5. This is good. If for an annual, what do you want?
Yeah.
I guess they talk about her new costume too. So yeah, it's nothing special.
For her.
For Firestar, yeah.
Got a new costume? Okay.
New costume-ish, but I don't even know what her old. Her old one was just the freaking orange jumpsuit with the thing there.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man. Well, they did reference some of that Spider-Man and her Amazing Friends because her and Iceman were supposed to meet up, I guess, with the team, and they were late. And he probably was Spider-Man. That was a good line there. I like that.
Sure. All right. Next up, we got Batman, Superman, World's Finest, #10. Here we go. Joker in the mix now. What about this one?
I think this one's getting a little bit back on track too. I was a bit down on the last couple issues. I had to kind of read some history there because I didn't know who's who at what's going on at the end. But the stuff in the middle here was, they're torturing him, and I guess it all started to make sense. It's nice seeing, I guess, the rest of the team there. I don't know how they get to this freaking crazy warehouse with all the doors. I don't know what that was all about, but it's still it's a bright comic. And I guess big things are happening, and there's some brutal stuff in it. It was not that it's fun to watch somebody get tortured, but it's good that there's a bit of grit in this one. It's not all just sunshine and lollipops. And then at the end, I don't know if you want to talk about the end. If you want to say a few words before we get into the ending.
Yeah, sure. I'm glad to hear you say that because I know you've been feeling down on the current arc of this book, and I felt like we really enjoyed it. At least the first arc, and the last few issues I feel like haven't been on point as to like how good the series was at first, and I would agree with you there. We got Dan Mora back on art in this issue, who's fantastic. And yeah, I really like this issue. So yeah, I thought this was a really good one this week, and I love the whole room with the doors. I thought it was just weird enough and and interesting, but yeah, I like all the drama going on between these characters right now. You know, Superman feeling some sort of like responsibility, I guess, to this kid for whatever reason still because he's Superman, and kind of, you know, Batman trying to come to everyone's aid here with his, you know, with Robin, and you got the whole him beating the shit out of him with the crowbar like he did Robin as well, right? So like, yeah, it was really good. I'm enjoying the direction that this is going in. And then the only thing that I will say is you know, then when it starts getting towards the end here, actually, sorry, it's not this book. I was thinking of Batman versus Robin. Yeah. I can't remember. Let's see what happened here at the end. I actually can't remember what happened at the end of this book.
Whoa, this was a big ending here.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This is where he like beats the shit out of the Joker at the end of this. Yeah, he fucking he like burns his fucking hands. That's right. That was pretty crazy.
He was about to kill him.
Oh, he turns into so is that who this kid is?
You
like
know, that's what I've been reading. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, that's the dude from what was in Wonder Woman. I know his name. Go ahead. I know his name. I just can't remember it.
Magog or whatever.
Yes.
And that's the beginning of Kingdom Come.
Interesting.
And Mark Waid is one of the guys that wrote Kingdom Come.
Mark Waid is the guy who wrote
Kingdom Come. And this is where Kingdom Come starts. And now that Boy Thunder was Superman's sidekick. And then that kind of just opens up a whole like freaking wow factor.
Oh man, I didn't even
look at that.
I didn't even make that connection. It's been a long
I don't know who it was. I just read about it. I go, holy fuck, that was.
It's been a long time since I've read Kingdom Come.
Well, I just read Kingdom Come over the summer.
It's great.
And
it's great.
It is great, but like you know, I didn't know who this Magog was. I thought that was the craziest character ever. And supposedly he killed like I forget how big it is, but he does kill the Joker. And then he kills like freaking 1 million people because he's almost like a superhero, just freaking gone crazy. So this is almost like the origin of Magog, this arc here.
Yeah, I've seen him fight Wonder Woman, I feel like, in the past before.
Well, maybe they retconned his history here a little bit.
How Kingdom Come's brutal villain invaded the DC universe. That's from 2021, but yeah, so I guess he was a big deal, and I don't remember him being in Kingdom. It's been so fucking long since I've read Kingdom Come. Well, that's really cool then. That's really cool. Like, I knew that he turned into another person there, and that's what kind of shocked me by the end of it. But how he is that person, I don't know. Like, if he was just disguising himself as that kid, the Boy Thunder, or what's going on?
Well, I mean, that's what Boy Thunder grew up to. Like, you know, I know what happened in those 20 years. Mm-hmm. But then he sees the Joker again. He goes, if I ever see you, I kill you. And he kills the Joker in Kingdom Come.
Wow.
In the beginning, I think that's what sets off everything in Kingdom Come.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've read it. So if that's what you read, that's interesting. Just because, like you said, Mark Waid is the one that's writing this and is the one who wrote that. This could be the direction the book's going in. Wow, I'm actually really excited now. You got me really excited for this next one. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Fuck, that's probably...
Well, that could be the end of this arc, though, because...
No, it's not.
20 years.
The book keeps going, yeah. So, wow.
Oh, they should just end it right there because they can't freaking do any better.
Wow, great.
End it right there, move to another story.
Now
that's what I think for World's Finest.
What'd you give this then? Man, now I feel like I should give it more because you revealed this, but it didn't have that impact on me when I read it because I don't remember.
Well, it didn't have that impact on me when I read it either. It's not like this Magog character, someone you see, oh, holy shit, it's Magog.
Yeah,
freaking Magog. Oh my god, it's freaking some crazy space alien.
It was a good issue regardless of not.
Yeah, it was a good issue regardless. It's better, but I'll give it 3.75.
I'm giving it a 4. I'm giving it a 4. This 1 out of 5 for sure. Yeah, it was a good issue. I really liked it. It's. I'm glad because like you said, it wasn't as good as it has been previously. So yeah. All right. Next up, we got Strange number 9. And I was right. This is the penultimate issue. This one. It ends with 10.
Oh yeah.
It ends with 10. It ends with 10. This series. It even says. I think it says at the end here, next issue, the end or something.
Okay, well, that's too bad, but not bad, I guess.
It says to be
concluded. Great cover.
Yeah.
great art too. You know, not a bad story. What do we got? Clea and Doctor Strange going up against the Blasphemy Cartel. This Blasphemy Cartel is starting to grow on me a little bit. I like them a bit, and what they're bringing up all those freaking, what are they called? Revenants.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta let's get some easier words to talk about here. But anyways, other than that, I thought it's just a good straight up battle, and I don't know. What did you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good issue. I mean, I'm not upset that it's going to end in one issue. I think overall this series has been, I think it's been quite enjoyable. Obviously, it was just, we knew that this wasn't going to last forever, and this was just until Stephen Strange becomes Doctor Strange again. But I think, even so, I think it was a successful series, and when it's all said and done, I think, it's going to be an interesting one to check out if you're a Doctor Strange fan. Even with the fact that Clea was the Sorcerer Supreme during this time. But I like this one because one of the best scenes in this was that they actually got to catch up and got to ask her like what's been going on since he became this thing of death, like I guess like bringer of like he's like the symbol of death essentially right now, or like he's got those powers and I don't want to say herald, but yeah, something like that. So, but like she was talking about how Dr. Doom showed up. She talks about how
that's all good, kind of a little bit of history what happened when he died.
He's like, oh, I'm sure he came. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was just like, of course, like, I liked how she was and then I teamed up with Moon Knight, and he's like, what? Moon Knight? Like, I kind of like that a lot. Like they have a good relationship with one another, I feel. So I think that shows. So yeah, it was good.
And once again, the last page here, this has been like the week of last page surprises, let's say. This one might not be so impactful, but it's a character I haven't seen in a long time, and I know that's a big deal. It's like freaking Superman showed up there, but that's the Sentry.
Yeah, I have the page coming up here. Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty cool too. No, I liked it. He's been locked up in like he's bounced around in a bunch of different scenarios over the years. Like different writers have used him because like this was their answer to like this was their Superman when he got introduced back in like the 2000s, this character. So like the fact that he showed up, he keeps showing up in things. Like I think previous to this, Doctor Strange purposely had like some like corpse version of him like he's the one that I think had him imprisoned essentially prior to this happening in this issue, previous to this, and like it seems like different writers have picked him up and used him in different series.
I guess kind of when it suits their needs.
Yeah. So like he still looks undead here, and the Sentry is super fucking strong. Like, so that's a problem that he shows up again here. So even in this state, you don't want to mess around with this character, right? So like,
it'd be like a zombie Superman showing up.
Yeah, this is
not that.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a good ending for sure. I'm interested to see what they do with that one. So, what'd you give this?
Now that we talk about it more, I was going to give it a 3.5, but I'll give it a 3.75.
That's what I'm giving it, 3.75. Yeah. And yeah, when it's all said and done, I think it was a decent series, honestly.
Oh yeah, but for the series, I think it's, even if it goes to 10, however this ends, I thought it's a good run.
Nice. And we got Batman.
Great art in this one though too. I like.
Oh yeah. Batman versus Robin 4. Again, another penultimate issue. I guess 5's the last one. And this served as a lot of setup also for the event, the Lazarus event that's going to happen, I guess. I
got
served as a sort of a start to that. Because, anyways, yeah, what'd you think?
Well, it makes a bit of sense, at least with all the Lazarus stuff. Once again, you're freaking, it seems like DC likes using their freaking miniseries to hijack the rest, other events or something. But I did like freaking Batman wearing that Dr. Fate helmet, and Batman gets a bit of a taste of magic because he always seems to be the logic guy and all this stuff. And I think there's one line in there where he goes, "Oh, I can't believe what they say is true. There's like magic everywhere." You kind of see the world of the magicians, and it's nice how the devil there or whatever, is it the devil Nisa?
Yeah.
He can still take advantage of him, just even though that Batman's got all this magic in him, he just still doesn't know how to use it. and he kind of still kind of can press the advantage. And they're like, they say he dies again. Like, fuck, how many times is this guy gonna fucking die? He died in what, his own comic? Now he's dead here. Like, enough of him dying. He just died in. He's died like 3 times this year alone.
So at least he died and got resurrected in the Lazarus pit in the same issue, though. Okay, like at least it was just like, oh, he's dead, and then like 2 pages later, he's like, he's alive. I was just like, oh, yeah, I agree with you though. That's enough already with the deaths, but I mean,
and then the Monkey Prince shows up, or I guess from what I understand, this is like somebody from the Monkey Prince series,
right? Yeah, I enjoyed it enough. I thought the art was great. I've really enjoyed this mini series. I got to deduct some points though, like you said though, because this was a setup for something that's outside of this book. I'm kind of a little disappointed in that. I would have rather them just kind of tell their story that they had to tell within the pages of this book, as opposed to setting up another event. And I know Mark Waid is writing that, some of them anyways, like the bookend kind of like issues, and it's spin out into a whole bunch of shit. I get it. Like he's trying, he's got a lot going on right now between this and World's Finest, and World's Finest actually kind of led into this. And like, I'm digging a lot of it, but like at the same time, it's like this got to that point where it was just, again, for me, like you're trying to do too much now. Like this is like you're trying to do too much. You're setting up another fucking event that's going to spin it out into a bunch of books when you're trying to wrap up this mini series. So I didn't appreciate that. So I got to deduct some points off of it for that reason alone. But yeah, I loved him in the Fate helmet. I like the art, and I've liked this series overall. But I think
what I didn't like is their Batman puts on that helmet and he just freaking thinks about Damian Wayne. Oh, you're not under your spell or whatever anymore. Like, he did some freaking seriously bad shit in this in the beginning here. And, you don't do that unless you're bad.
Yeah.
So like it's hard for them to kind of make him so bad in the beginning and then walk him back and just say, oh, I was brainwashed.
Yeah. So what'd you give
it? Otherwise, the only reason I bought this issue, I've been reading it online. This is the only issue I bought because this was supposed to, launch the whole Lazarus world, which I'm not really excited for. Yeah. All the solicitations, I've been looking for one that I want to read. I haven't found one yet, but it does make sense that all the magic is in that helmet. The helmet blows up and falls in the Lazarus pit and then turns into this Lazarus mountain. And from what I understand, this Lazarus event, his powers go everywhere or fly out of the mountain and go everywhere. But anyways, I didn't think it was too bad though. I'll give it a 3.75.
Yeah, you read my mind. Yeah, I would give it more, but I had to deduct points for the fact that they are setting up this whole other thing in this issue. Like, I would have rather them just focused on what this series was, right?
Yeah, like couldn't you have a Lazarus Alpha and just have that scene there or something? Like
that's what I mean. They do have a Lazarus Alpha, and Mark Waid is writing that, so I didn't feel like it was necessary to. Like, you could have even did an epilogue at the end of issue 5 of this miniseries and did what they did for those pages with the thing erupting and everything else. Like, why did you have to like involve it in the conclusion of this story? I was just like, I didn't need that. Like, I was just like, I was enjoying it much more prior to them trying to.
Yeah, it takes you out of the miniseries it seems that to be the case in a lot of their miniseries, like an issue, whatever, like the last one before the final issue. It's like, okay, boom, we're gonna. Use this to springboard something into something else, and then we'll get back to it. But it just kills it.
I'm not a fan of that. So anyway, and then lastly, guys, the books we're talking about this week, we got Dark Web, Mary Jane, and Black Cat #1, and Jed MacKay back with these characters again. He wrote the one shot earlier in the year. Which I actually, looking at the stats here that we pulled for our episode there, Chris, I think that was your favorite of the week that week when that first one shot came out, if I'm not mistaken. It was up there for me as well. So what'd you think of this?
Well, every time I see these two together, I get so worried that it's going to be so bad or it's going to be just garbage. But again, another masterpiece. Mary Jane has powers. I love it. Like this, I don't know if this comic is fan service or just fan service to me. I think this is freaking great. And and then you still got all the other stuff going on there. Whatever. Mary Jane's got Black Cat has got some secrets of Mary Jane. Black Cat has her secrets. Oof. I think it's good. And then how this is. I don't know. Her powers come from luck. There's a luck of the draw, whatever that jackpot thing is. And now she's with Black Cat, so she has bad luck. So now she can get some freaking shitty powers every time they're around together. Good stuff.
The thing that worried me when I opened up this issue is I didn't recognize the artist, this Vincenzo Caruto, but the art is great.
Yeah,
great in this. Like, and then I just didn't recognize the name. So then I was like, uh-oh. And I know this is like a tie-in mini series to Dark Web. So I'm like, sometimes they put some like, up and coming guys on these things, and sometimes they deliver some. Not this. This is a good artist. It looked great. And I don't know where that was established. Was this established anywhere else previous in this miniseries? This whole thing with her having powers, or no? Because she says that Peter doesn't know, no one knows, and then
no, there's nothing. It's the first time. You got those Stegman eyes, though. I love that. They're earlier. But I can say one thing. You know how she has the powers. Where she has to hit the jackpot.
That's right.
Her classic line when she first meets Peter Parker.
Yeah, Tiger, you hit the jackpot. Yeah,
I think that's where they're pulling. I think that's kind of cheesy, but
I mean, to be honest with you, the way I felt about this whole power thing, I thought it was kind of cheesy, but at least they're making an excuse for her to hang with Black Cat in this miniseries. The fact that she's got powers, because I'm like, otherwise she would just be kind of useless. You know what I mean? Like, at least they've come up, and I'm interested to be told the story, whether it's in the pages of this or in Amazing Spider-Man, how she ended up with these powers, because I'm sure it has something to do with.
I imagine it's going to be all told in this, because when she goes back to ASM, she's not going to have any powers. Like, she has to go back to reality. Like, ASM seems to be more reality, and this is like a little dream world or something.
Turned into this weird, shitty green,
well, that's because she's with Black Cat. She got shitty powers. When she was by herself, she had freaking fire wings, a freaking sword.
Though, the power set reminds me of the DC's Dial H for Hero. When they would always get different power sets. Essentially, they would dial the number.
Yeah,
and it would be the same thing. It'd be like a roulette. They would just land on some sort of okay, you got this power.
Yeah, you just do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what it reminded me of. So that was kind of cool. And then this demon shows up.
I don't care about that, but who cares?
Either. And then the backup was not bad. I mean, the backup was all right. I mean,
that's fun stuff.
Yeah, it was some fun stuff about her stealing
Dr. Yeah, for a poker game too or something. And then what did they say about?
She claims it's Doom's mask, and then they look and there's something made in China or something on it, something where it's made in some other country.
Yeah, made in China. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know you outsourced."
But it's just funny because they're going based off of her. She's telling them the story, and that's how it opens up with the flashback. Yeah. And Doom wakes up and he's like, "Oh, time to." He's like, "Wait, what the hell? Make my minty fresh or whatever." He's talking about brushing his teeth or something. And he looks at it.
When he hit the alarm on, even the alarm. Yeah. I know he had some line about hitting the snooze button.
Yeah. Hold on, I have it right here. It's
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was. He said. He's like, even devices sleep when Doom commands it. After he's like,
that's what I'll be saying every time I hit the fucking snooze from now on.
Now to greet a new day with a minty fresh mask. And then he's like this pedal, he's like, damn you. And I liked it, man. It was good. Yeah. And then she's at the poker game, of course. With
who's in that poker table? That's what I wanted to ask. Is that Puck?
That's Thing.
Okay, the Thing in the middle, but who's the little guy? Is that Puck?
I mean, it looks like Puck from Alpha Flight. If I had to guess, I would.
That'd be nice if it was Puck. They got to bring that guy back. I haven't seen any of Puck for a long time.
I think that's Puck, and I think that other guy is one of her people that she works with.
Remember? One of the crew or whatever.
Yeah. I think that is Puck. I think you're right, from Alpha Flight. Yeah, I think that is him. Yeah, I think you're right.
We need some Puck.
Yeah. So what'd you give this one, man?
I don't want to give it too high a rating because I thought it was going to be so garbage. I was so worried that it was going to be bad, it's a tie-in and all that sort of stuff. But I thought it was great. But I can't, it's nothing freaking super spectacular. I want to give it a freaking 5.5, but I'll give it a good 4.25, and that's pushing it. But I liked it.
I'm going to give it a 4, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was a great start to hopefully what's continues to be an enjoyable. Yeah. I'm enjoying these Dark Web things, man. Between this and the X-Men one last week and the actual main event, if that gets more interesting. It's not bad so far, man. It's not
Like I
bad.
said, I almost went to buy the X-Men #1 Dark Web tie-in because, like I said, I went to another comic shop to try and find some things, and oof, I had to pull back. Go, no, I already read it. It's okay. It's good, but I don't need to buy it.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, we're going to do some comic solicitations quick here. Let's go over some new comic solicitations. This is for March 2023. You want to do Marvel or DC first? What do you want?
Let's do Marvel. It's going to run out for a second. I'll be right back. And load that up.
I'll set it up here. So, yeah, we're going to go over the new comic solicitations for Marvel 2023 first here, guys. And shout out to comicreleases.com. This is where we normally stream. Like, this is where we share our screen for, like, the website for whenever we show these comic solicitations is off their website. They do a really good job of putting things together here. Yeah, so we're going to bring that up here on the screen here for you guys. Okay. You can see that there. Okay, so we're going to go to Marvel Part 1. They had to separate it into 2 different parts this time, but I believe the issue Part 1. No, this is no. It's because last week they had the issue solicitations, but they didn't have the collected editions yet. So we normally go over issue.
The freaking giant month.
Yeah, no, we're good. Okay, here we go, guys. So, yeah, once again, comicreleases.com. Check it out for solicitations. They do a great job. And as we were just talking about, Chris, here we go. Jed MacKay relaunching Doctor Strange #1 with Steven back as the Sorcerer Supreme. Listen, I'm a fan of Jed MacKay. I'm a fan of Doctor Strange, and I liked this Clea series, so I'm sticking with this.
I don't know. I'm going to have to sweat this one, but I'd like to buy it.
Nice.
Definitely going to read it. I'm liking Jed MacKay.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely checking this out. It's I mean, I've liked Death of Doctor Strange that he wrote, leading right into the Clea series, leading me back into Steven being as the Sorcerer Supreme. I'm down. So that's a must for me. Nightcrawlers 2 of 3, no. Storm and Brotherhood of Mutants, no.
Nope.
Immoral X-Men, yes. I'm picking up. Yeah, let's check out this cover here. Yeah, that one I'm picking up. Then we got X-23, Deadly Regenesis, 1 of 5.
I don't know. I got to see what that's about. If that's like kind of a in continuity sort of storyline, maybe.
I like her a lot. I like
her a lot too. I haven't read anything of her on her own. Maybe if it's even if it's an old one, like it's kind of a history revisited. I might pick it up.
Yeah, I might pick this. I might read this online. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up, but I do like her. Then you got a reprint of her first issue, I guess, Facsimile edition. No. Spider-Gwen, Shadow Clones, 1 of 5. Chris?
Fuck, I might pass. That other, whatever, the last one wasn't all that great. They're great covers. But I already got, like that land cover, I'd buy it just for that. But I already got 5 other ones sitting in there.
Right.
I might pass on this. Maybe read it online.
Yeah, Venom, Lethal Protector, #2. He's back, guys. Eden Brains, Lethal Protector. No, I'm not picking this up.
I know. What's that third cover, though? Is that an Alex Ross?
Yes.
I might have to buy that cover if that's not a ratio variant.
No, it says Timeless Venom Virgin variant.
Oh, okay, fuck that.
Yeah,
well, maybe if it's regular price, I'll buy it.
Yeah. Then you got a Cosmic Ghost Rider #1.
No.
I like the character, but no, I don't need to read a miniseries of him. Hellcat #1. Well, Hellcat written by Christopher Cantwell that wrote her in Iron Man.
Hey.
Miniseries. I did like her depiction in Iron Man. Like I liked that version of her in Iron Man. So maybe I'll check that out online because I do like her.
I'll check that out online too.
Yeah, I like Christopher Cantwell and I liked her in that book. So yeah, maybe. How about this?
There might be stuff with Sleepwalker.
Yeah. So it says Hellcat becomes the prime suspect when someone close to Patsy's inner circle is murdered. Now Patsy must prove her innocence and evade both the police and the supernatural sleepwalkers. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I might read this online. It's kind of like the variants.
And then her ex,
even though it's good stuff, it's still a good read, but maybe not good enough to have.
Fucking Damon Hellstrom shows up her ex, of course.
Of course.
It's a supernatural superhero murder mystery. That does sound like fun, actually. Then you got Hallows Eve, 1 of 5. No.
I might buy it. I like this character.
Nice covers.
That's a nice cover there, but it has nothing to do with freaking Hallows Eve.
Then you got Avengers 66. Yes, I'm reading it online. Part of Avengers Assemble.
God damn, these Alex Ross covers.
Yeah. Well, look at this one. The Kang Alex Ross. Holy shit. That's cool. Then you got Avengers Forever 15. Yeah, I'm also going to read this online. And Chris, I know you're still with me.
Right? Down.
All right.
Thought that was supposed to be a 12-issue series.
Yeah, well, they extended it with this thing. It says part 9, the penultimate chapter now. So
okay, good. At least there's an end to it.
Yeah, so I guess in April they're ending it. I Am Iron Man #1. No. Avengers Fast Meal Edition. No. Avengers Rage of Ultron Marvel Tales 1. No. Red Goblin #2. No. Rogue and Gambit. No. No, I don't like. I don't know. Gambit. Gambit's the issue with me too. I like Rogue. Gambit's like, I read a series when they became married. I have the trade of it. Like, I liked that book. I did like that book. That was by who the hell is that writer? The one that does Captain Marvel right now. I forgot her name. But
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she wrote the original Rogue and Gambit miniseries that where they got married and everything else. That was really good, but yeah, I'm not interested in this. Spider-Man Unforgiven #1.
No.
Nice cover though.
Yeah. Wow.
What is this Unforgiven? This is like its own thing. X-Men Unforgiven #1.
Oh yeah, I think I saw somebody. Yeah, I'm not buying any of these.
No.
Stuff.
Murder World Game Over #1. This is the end of this.
I read one of these Murder Worlds. It was so bad.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm out on this too.
Like, it wasn't like, I think it was Murder World Avengers. They weren't even the real Avengers there. It was like some copies or something. I don't know what it was, but it was crazy.
I'm happy to see this back because this came out. They solicited this miniseries like 6 months ago and then it got canceled. But here we go. Clobbering Time by artist Steve Scroce, artist and writer. I'm definitely picking this up. He's a really good artist, this guy, and I like these characters, so I'm gonna check this out. It got canceled the first time around, so I'm picking that up. Then you got Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain. No. Spider-Man. No. I might continue reading that digitally, but I've dropped.
I'll still probably get it because I'm a sucker.
I think I dropped this in issues. Miles Morales, Spider-Man #4.
This one isn't so bad. At least that first issue was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like that's a freaking another sick cover. Another sick cover.
Yeah.
We might buy that cover there.
Yeah.
Another one. Jesus Christ.
They're nice. No, I agree. Might have to check that one out. Carnage 11. No. Venom 17. You sticking with this?
We'll see where it goes.
This is post Dark Web, I think, in this one. It says, see what's become of Eddie Brock sit after Dark Web. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got to finish this.
Then you got Mary Jane Blackhead #4. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Oh, nice cover. Nice.
Is that the A cover? Oh, man, that's an awesome cover.
That's a good one, too, though, this one. Yeah.
I'll be buying multiple copies of this freaking thing, even though it's going nowhere. I just can't get over it. Oh, definitely.
Wow. He's killing it this month on the covers, Alex Ross. Miracle Man. I'm going to probably continue reading this digitally, but yes, in that sense. This is a fun one. I'm definitely Kelly Thompson. That's her name. That's the writer I was talking about that wrote the Rogue and Gambit one. Kelly Thompson. This is a one shot. I think this is a digital first comic. If you never read,
I get this.
Yeah, this is fun. This character was in her Deadpool run and in some other things that she's written. He's like this man land shark that she created, the character that she, I don't know. He's funny. Like he was in a bunch of books that she's written over the years. So the fact that it's like a one shot based on him, I was like, okay, I'll check this out. It might be a little cutesy, but I like Kelly Thompson, and I think
I gotta support the good stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. X-Men 20, yes.
I see a freaking awesome cover there.
Yeah, oh, there we go. The Alex Rocks. Well, that's a good one too, though. The Phoenix. Wow. Then you got Captain Marvel 47. Chris?
I know. I might follow this Brood. This Brood story's going on forever. Is that Brood's up there or no?
Yeah, and Brood's.
I'll buy it for that freaking Juggernaut cover.
Looks like it's tying into the X-Men too. The Brood.
That's what I think so.
It says Lord of the Brood Part 2, and then Captain Marvel says Part 5. What the hell?
How long is this Brood thing going on? Oh man.
Then you got Wolverine 31. Hey now.
Hey now, yep.
Wolverine 31. Oh, Chris might be broke after these Alex Ross
I
covers.
think so, man.
You might be checking this out still, Wolverine.
Well, I'm buying this issue for sure. We don't have to worry about getting the A cover because I don't really care. But
oh, hold on, Scarlet. I keep trying to jump ahead. Scarlet Witch number 3. No,
I don't really care about Mephisto.
Yeah, nice
cover though.
This Red Skull one's nice though. Captain America: Symbol of Truth. That's pretty fucking awesome, man. I like that one. No, not reading this though. Captain America.
Not reading it, but might buy it.
Yeah, Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty number 10. Yeah, you might be reading it for that one. Avengers: War Across Time. It looks like it has the same can cover. I don't know what's going on there, but no. So we're not reading any of those unless Chris picks them up for the cover.
I'll buy the other can cover.
Yeah,
this is a better comic.
Avengers Beyond number 1. No, maybe for you.
Yeah, I've been following this Beyonder guy all the way like from the beginning.
This is this is now what they did with the Avengers stuff. This is that continuing now with this miniseries, the All Out Avengers. This is the same team. This is Greg Land and the writer that did All Out Avengers.
Well, we'll see. Maybe number 1.
I'm gonna continue reading this online digitally.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the first issue, but I'm not picking up the issues. But yeah, Iron Man by Jerry Duggan. Yeah, I'll continue reading.
Is that a luchador there?
What else there? Fantastic Four number 5. I'm also going to probably continue to read this online.
Yeah,
pick up the issues. Looks like they're finally together in this issue though. So yeah. Scroll. Deadpool 5. Are you continuing this?
No, I'll be reading this online though. It's been a fun series. Well, what's that first cover though?
Carnage.
Oh, well, fuck that Carnage. They're still working that. Well, I don't know if it is that, but
then you got Moon Knight.
This is something I should be reading though.
I mean, it's
what I hear, it's good.
I'm reading it in trade. I'm really enjoying it. I've read the first 2 volumes, and Shed McKay, I'm liking it. So I'm gonna read that. I read that in trade. But yeah, Ghost Rider number 12. No. Hulk 13. Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah, there we go. McNiven after McFarlane definitely picking up that cover. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still with this until they announce the next writer anyways.
Yeah.
Thor 32. Yes. Oh, that's that. Oh, Doom's in this. Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right.
They're still bringing in the freaking big guns in there.
Yeah, still not Kate's, but okay, got some interesting things going on in his abs.
Oh, God, beautiful.
And lastly, we got Daredevil number 9. Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely picking that up. Yep. All right, there you go. That's the Marvel solicitations. Let's quickly go over to DC here. That's what we're planning on picking up in March from Marvel, guys. Let's go past all the hardcovers and stuff. Here we go. Okay. No, this is trades. All right, here we go. Adventures of Superman John Kent. This is the relaunch with Tom Taylor. That was the Superman Son of Kal-El. Maybe
buy number 1 just because it's number 1.
Yeah.
The cover, maybe.
I might read it online if anything, but I am interested in revisiting this. If it's relaunching, maybe there's going to be.
If it's just going as a John Kent story, that's fine. If it's like some woke story again, then maybe I'll be out.
Yeah, same. Oh, this is not an ongoing. This is a 6-issue miniseries.
Okay, maybe I won't then.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to read it online.
Superman number 2. Yes, I'll be picking this up. I'm trying this new Superman series out.
I think I might go with Superman and drop Action Comics.
Yeah.
Because I think Action Comics is going to like an anthology style.
It is. So I'm not going to pick that up, but I'm going to check out Superman. I am going to try Superman out. So, okay. Parasites in that. And then, yeah, you got Action Comics, like you just said, that they're doing the triangle year type thing with 3 writers on the book, different short stories. Yeah, I'll be skipping this one, but
I don't know. I'm buying that. Well, I might buy Power Girl.
Oh no, that's a 1 in 50. That one, it looks like.
No, I won't.
Superman Lost number 1. This has got a lot of press. This book. This is going to be like a 10-issue miniseries. Written by Christopher Priest. Apparently, the story is that Superman got lost in space for 20 years, and now this is his story about what exactly happened to him during that period.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting, but I think I'm gonna not check.
I'm not big on Christopher Priest though. Like he does a lot of the
Dynamite
Vaporella stuff, and it's not freaking like mind blowing stuff he's writing there. And he's got like free reign to do stuff there. But
that's why he works over there, I think. But he is a well regarded writer, though. Like
yeah, like not that it's bad. Like I like some of the stuff that is there, but
I've never been a huge fan of his, but I'm actually reading his Black Panther run, which is what he's most known for right now. Like I'm reading the big omnibus of it at the moment, and like a lot of the film stuff is based off of his run of Black Panther. It's pretty good. So, but this is he wrote that in like the 2000s, but he's still like a well-regarded writer. So I don't know. This sounds interesting. Maybe I'll check out the issue online, but it does sound interesting, but I don't know about that one still. Then you got Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, #1. No, I'm out on this whole thing, I think.
Yeah, I like that Wonder Woman cover, but I don't know if I'm buying it.
Then you got Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, #2. No. Wonder Woman 797. Are you reading this now again, or what are you doing?
No. I might read it online. There's some interesting stuff going on. From what I read here, she might be siding with the gods and not the humans, but let's see. We'll see.
Got Batman One Bad Day, Ra's al Ghul #1. I'm picking this up. Tom Taylor's writing it, so I'll check it out. This is a one shot with Tom Taylor writing. Yeah, I'll check this one out. I like Tom Taylor, so I'll support it.
Ra's al Ghul's also.
Yeah, I mean he's okay. I'm not like the hugest Ra's al Ghul fan, but I'll read it for Tom Taylor. Then you got Batman 133, and this is with Zdarsky and Mike Hawthorne now as the artist on the series. And then you got new backup.
Nice cover.
Yeah, that one's cool. So definitely still sticking with this one, right? Yeah. Detective. Are you out on this? I'm out on Detective.
I think I still got a couple issues on whatever going on, but freaking I don't know. This story's way over my head.
Yeah. Then you got Batman and the Joker, The Deadly Duo 5. Yes, definitely. 5 of 7. Definitely sticking with this one. I'm really enjoying this. Surprisingly so. It's been great.
Yep.
Wow. Then you got Multiversity. Harley screws up the DCU. I might pick this up. This sounds like fun. Oh, it's 1 of 6. Maybe not.
I'll read this online.
Is this based on the show or is it not? I
don't know.
I might pick this up. This sounds like fun. Harley Quinn 28. Yes. This new artist that's coming on the book, Sweeney Boo, is awesome. And it's funny because Christine literally, it's like Little Nemo. Christine just got a commission of her drawing Harley in her Harley sketchbook this summer, the artist that's now going to be coming on the book. She's real good. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Wow. Always fucking banger covers for this series.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, a new Doom Patrol series? Ooh, I might read this online, maybe.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the Lazarus Planet because
yes,
like if they were, well, those people get powers, they're all joining Doom Patrol, and Doom Patrol's looking out for them. I don't know what it is, but
this is 1 of 6. I'm definitely reading this. If I don't pick up the physical copy, I'm going to check this out online. I love the Doom Patrol. I think Doom Patrol is a great concept. I love the Doom Patrol. So yeah, I'm definitely reading this no matter what. But I don't know how I'll go about that one. Probably read it online. Flash 794, no. And 795, no. DC Ruby, no. DC's Legion of Bloom. I don't know what the fuck is. This a Poison Ivy special?
Yeah, I think it's a one shot.
For the spring, yeah. No, I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not gonna read that either.
Waller versus Oh, there you go. Waller versus Wildstorm. Is this why they were teasing at the end of this thing? I don't know.
I don't know. Fuck, we're fighting Wildcats. Come on, that's not Justice League.
I'm out. Swamp Thing Green Hell #3. Finally, the final issue of this fucking series. 2 hasn't even come out yet, but yeah, I'll be reading this. Static, no. Icon, no. Icon versus Hardware. Sorry, Batgirls, no. Batman Incorporated, no. Batman Superman World's Finest. Yeah, I'm sticking with this one. Oh, Doom Patrol showing up in this now? That was that was Metamorpho at the start. Oh, it's a Metamorpho issue. Okay, cool. That's fun. You sticking with that or what, Chris? You reading that line or what are you doing?
Okay.
Okay, Gotham Knight.
I'll definitely keep on reading it, but I'm not really buying it.
Batman Adventures Continue, no. Audio Adventures, no. Black Adam, no. Blue Beetle Graduation Day, no. Catwoman, you're sticking with this, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting that. I think that 4th one there, well, that's a nice one too. But if that one's if that's not a ratio cover, I'm definitely getting that one.
This one is a ratio. This is Sweeney.
No, the back with the 3rd one, I guess. The one with their back there.
I think that's a ratio. Yeah, 1 of 25. Danger Street. No, I think I'm waiting for the collection of that. Dark Knights is still 10. Yes, finally. Can this series fucking come out already?
I know. Like, can they just put this like friggin' DC versus? Oh, yeah, getting that covered.
So I think 9 just came out, and this is 10, and this is in March. So we're gonna have to wait.
Like, I think this started before DC versus Vampires, and that's over with 6 issues of that stupid all-out war.
It's really killing the flow of the book for me. Fables, GCPD, The Blue Wall, no. Gotham City Year 1, no. I've dropped that in issues now. Harley Quinn animated series, no. Justice Society of America, I might continue reading online. I'm not sure. Looney Tunes, Mad Magazine, no. Monkey Prince, no. Nightwing 102, yes. Yeah, definitely picking that up. That's a nice cover.
Well, I think this is going to be some of the Dark Crisis fallout.
Yeah, it says he's a great leader, not just because Batman trained him or because how Alfred raised him, or so maybe he's putting a team together. We'll see. Poison Ivy 10. What's going on with you in this one?
Yeah, well, I think Harley Quinn's jumping back into this, so yeah, there's some good covers there too.
Prison one, yeah. Punchline, the Gotham game. Are you continuing?
Yeah, I'm still going through this, but now it seems like it's over because what happened in Catwoman. But
yeah, this is the last.
Maybe things get changed up.
Yeah, that's the last issue. That Stargirl, no. Batman, Scooby-Doo Mysteries, no. Joker, Man Who Stopped Laughing, no. Sandman Universe, Dead Boy Detectives, no. Tim Drake, Robin, no. Wildcats, no. Oh, there you go.
All right.
How about next week, Chris? What do you got cooking?
My list. So I got my list for the next 2 weeks, but
oh yeah, I might as well mention it because we're not here next week. So yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay, so for next week, it's Action Comics 1050, Batman Beyond White Knight 7, DC versus Vampires 12, Harley 25, Punchline 3, She-Hulk 9, Amazing Spider-Man 16, Timeless coming out next week, number 1, Venom 14, Exterminators 4, and then the week after that is Batman 131, Dark Knights of Steel 9, Poison Ivy 8, Captain Marvel 45, Spider-Man 4, and Avengers 64.
All right. So, so next week, guys, again, we're not, for the week of December 28th, we're not putting out a show that week, but we're going to be picking up our comics still as planned and talking about them the week after, kind of combining 2 weeks together, because they're kind of both moderately sized. And that'll be the week of January 4th. But there is that episode next week. Make sure to check it out where we're going to talk about our best of type stuff for this past year, talking about comics. So that'll be a lot of fun. So next week on the 28th, we got Batman Beyond White Knight number 7, DC versus Vampires number 12, Harley Quinn 25, Amazing Spider-Man 16, Creepshow 4, Dark Web X-Men number 2, Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise number 2, and Strange Academy Finals number 3. Now for the week of January 4th, I got Batman 131, Dark Knights of Steel number 9, Gotham City Year 1 number 4, Fantastic Four 3, Kea 4, and Spider-Man 4. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's for the next 2 weeks worth of comics. Check us back out the week of January 4th for our next episode of this format. All right, Chris, your favorite book of the night here, man.
Okay, it was a tough one. It was a good one here, but
good week, yeah.
I'd like to give it to Mary Jane and Black Cat, but I think I really got to give it to Deceased.
Deceased. I think contenders were Mary Jane, Black Cat, Vanish. Even I honestly,
Vanish would have been up there if it was a slower week.
But this is when I read this, I was like, it's gonna be hard to beat this because this is one of the first things I read. Maybe
what it should have been is Dark Crisis, but
yeah,
I was even in the running.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there you have it, guys. So that's Deceased. War of the Undead Gods is our last favorite of the week here of the year. But I think that week we come back, maybe we'll try to separate it so we can get 52 picks in for the year of 2022. But yeah, we'll see how we go about that. But yeah, Deceased, War of the Undead Gods number 5 is our last favorite of the year here. Yeah, great stuff. All right, guys. Once again, make sure to check us out next week. As I mentioned, that episode, best of 2022 stuff. It's been a great year talking about comics with Chris here. And once again, thank you, Chris, for, doing this with me. And once again, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate, and spend some time with friends and family. And we'll see you here in the new year here at Comic Shop Talk. Definitely enjoy your time. And yeah, Chris, thanks again, man.
All right, Nico, thank you too. And for the people that watch, thank you for being there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Straighten that out one more time and we're out. Right,
we're the top. This top is getting me. I think there's supposed to be a bell here. But anyways, cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Later, guys.